One of the things that fascinates me a lot about most companies is the policy they have in place for their employees. I may not be a business mogul, neither a multi-billionaire entrepreneur, but once upon a time, I was an employee. And upon another time, I was an employer. So I have experience. I have a story to tell. I can boldly tell you that I have an experience that proves that you can actually hypnotize your employees to stay loyal to you simply by implementing strategic policies that will make them feel at home. You are unmotivated and inspired. My name is Mimi. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Today I want to dive straight into talking about policies that can actually make your employees loyal to you. Now I know that can be difficult because we're human. There's some people that are never ever satisfied, and some people that I would say they are just not intelligent enough to grab an opportunity or to appreciate privileges that they have. Most workers are like this. Likewise, most employers who have no basic ideas of how to keep employee happy. Now, when I was working as a therapist, my salary was extremely low. I was being paid 250 Ghana cedis. We're not even going to dive into that because that couldn't even cover my transportation. 2, when I work extra hours, I wasn't paid. So I was being used, and I couldn't say no to extra hours because that means I was going to be out of job, and I needed that job like I need oxygen. Okay, so I was on it. I was overused. 3, my colleagues and I always had problem during break time. Why? We worked in a very residential area. It's Legon in Accra, and it's highly difficult to find a local food vendor. Okay, so you have to go to the restaurant. Now in Ghana, it's not like in Europe or in other continents. We have like levels. Restaurant food are more expensive because we are not so much into restaurant. We mostly eat at home. So restaurant is like a luxury. So it has its own price. Then we have the local food vendors who just sell on the streets. That's street food for most cultures. So we didn't have that in my vicinity. We had to travel, by transportation to another neighborhood, queue to get food. And this was interfering in our working hours. So sometimes I take break for 2 hours. Imagine if I have a client who is waiting for me 2 hours and it's not my fault, and my bosses couldn't blame me because I had to eat. And 4, I always have problem with transportation because I didn't live nearby, and it was difficult to get public transport coming in and going out of where I work. So it was a bit difficult. Now fast forward, I quitted the job. I started working as a freelance, and then I started my own business. And of course, I need to employ people to work with me. I needed somebody who has got that understanding, who love massage, who love and appreciate making people feel happy, taking pain out of people, taking stress out of people, and making them feel like, oh, that feels good. I needed somebody like that. Now 2, I needed somebody who is hungry to work. Someone who is hungry to improve themselves professionally and personally. But somebody who can represent me, and actually I could travel and delegate everything that needed to be done by me to that person. And I was looking for that in almost all of my employees. Maybe I was looking for too much out of my workers, all right? But I got like 50% or 60% in some of them. Then I asked myself, Mimi, if you are in their position, what do you expect of your employer so you could stay, so you could feel at home, so you could give your very best to the company or to the business. Then I listed down everything that I didn't like about my previous work and why I quit, how my bosses were treating me, the environment I was working in, the benefit. There was no benefit. My salary was terrible. So I listed them down and then prioritized them. First, I needed to create that ambience that is very comfortable for the workers. Like, I needed them to have a place they can feel comfortable to change themselves when they come to work. So they can decide, okay, I come in my uniform from home, or I will not come in my uniform from home, because some of them live far away from the office. And then Ghana is a tropical country, so you don't expect them to wear the uniform, take transportation for 30 minutes. Oh my God, by the time they get to work, they are sweaty and it's just uncomfortable. So I created that ambience. I make sure I had a room for my workers where they could leave their items, feel secure, and they can change themselves. Then aside that, I thought about the salary. I didn't want to have one basic whole salary for my employees, because I did understand that, like, you could be lazy at work as a therapist. Yes, if you're a group of therapists and there is a client, if there is not a system that manages how everyone work or how many hours everyone work during the working session, like, somebody can choose not to work the whole day and somebody can be working the whole time, but at the end of the month you all get paid equally. That's a cheat. So I put this strategy in place. I was paying my workers a base salary. They had a base salary, and then on each client you work on, you get a commission. Ta-da! And guess what? Everybody was working really hard. And their base, I'll discuss it to you, their base salary was 200. Okay, I was being paid 250 for the whole month. And I started having my company a year later after quitting my job. Okay, so I was paying them a base salary of 200 Ghana cedis, and then on each client that you work, you get 10 cedis on each client. So if a day you work on 2 clients or 3 clients, that's 30. Okay, so let's just minimize it and make it every day you work on 2 clients times we work 6 days in a week, so that's times 6. 2 times 6, that's 12. That's 120. Okay, 120 times 4 times, that's 480. Plus your 200, you're getting 680. At that time, that salary was like, it's really good, really good. 680, really good. All right. So this was the option they had, and it was really good. Then you could say, they might be aggressive and fighting on their clients. Yes, so guess what I put in place? I put a receptionist in the reception who manages all the client that comes in. So they know, okay, therapist A works on one client, therapist B works on another client. So it was divided. There was no cheating, okay? And this avoided the therapist being seated at the reception area and doing receptionist job. Meanwhile, they educated themselves, or they studied or took training for being a therapist, not receptionist or secretary. I hated that. I hate that so much. You employ me as a therapist, give me a therapist duties to do. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to improve in. That's what I want to gain my experience in. I hated that. So when I started my business, I put a receptionist in place to do that job, okay? And so that helped, and that also helped manage how many clients they work on in a day for each person. And their tips goes directly to them. No amount of nothing goes into the company, because I strongly believe that a tip is being given when the client is satisfied with the services that is being provided to him or her. Therefore, that tip should go directly to whoever provided that service. You understand? So the tips were going directly to them. My receptionist was gaining her tips from the clients if they feel like they were well attended to, and then the therapists were gaining their tips. So everybody was satisfied. Now, I was also having my business in the residential area. Transportation was difficult. So at the time, I had a car, and every time I make sure I close with them most of the time. It wasn't all the time, but most of the time. I tried as much as I could. I gave them a lift. I dropped them at a nearby place they could get public transportation home, because I need them to reach home early, rest, reset, come back early to work the next day, energize to give the best to my clients. So I was happy in that. You see, there was also a problem with food. Same problem I had. So fortunately for me, I was having my business in a hotel. So I made a deal with the hotel manager, and I said, how much could you sell a plate of food for me every day if my workers want to eat here? He told me the price. I bargained. Of course, I love to bargain. So I bargained for the best price, because in that hotel they feed their employees, so it was super easy. I go back to my workers and say, look, I have a suggestion, I have a solution to this problem. You're going to be able to eat here. This is the cost of the food for you. I am going to pay 50% of that cost, and you're going to pay 50% of that cost. So at the end of the month, the 50% of the cost of your consumption will be deducted from your salary. If you choose not to eat, it's okay. Anyway, I was very flexible. You don't pay for the days you don't eat, all right? So you only pay for the days that you eat. And that was super great. That was amazing. That was effective. That was for them. Guess what? It wasn't for them. Even though it helped them, it saved them from this hassle of going out to look for food, what to buy, what to eat. But it helped me a great deal. Why? Because they were in the premises. And guess what happened? Sometimes they have clients waiting for them. And because they're just in the premises, they say, oh, I'm going to work. Can you please give me 30 minutes? Because they know that they're also going to gain their commission from that client. And then they know that, oh, they could quickly eat within 10 minutes, spend some 10 to 20 minutes going through their phone, do whatever they want to do, rest a little, and come back to work. It was amazingly easy for them. So they were working a lot. And they were not even taking or spending all the 1 hour break they had, because they were in the premises. And that really helped me a lot. It also increased our income at the end of the month, because we have standby therapists who are ready to work. And aside all of this, I also make sure that I train them. I had conflict with some of them because I felt like I was giving all that I didn't get, okay, from my previous work, and some of them were not appreciative. So, and at the end of the day, I got good therapists who were really happy. They were very appreciative of the benefits and the incentive included and the flexibility. And I think most companies should put this in place. Like, when your workers are happy, your business is going to go on. For me, if you ask me, you should get, first of all, if you get massive or even well-calculated capital to back and sustain your business before the profit starts coming in, your product or services are quality, you are at a great location, I would say that would be the fourth one. But my third one would be your employees are super happy with you because you have everything well structured, everything well organized, or even just 60% organized, workers feel comfortable. You listen to your workers, you attend to them because you're saving them, and then they will serve you like massively. If you have all these factors put together, you're gonna be successful at your business. You're gonna be very successful. Most importantly, your employees, treat them well, pay them well. They are not machines, they are humans. Like, be nice to them, respect them. You'll be respected, and they will always talk of your entity. They'll always talk of your firm when they are no longer working with you, and that is very important, because how you treat your workers will reflect on the services they provide to your clients. If your employers are not happy, your clients will definitely not be happy. And guess what? If it is a business that your employers can steal your clients, they will steal them because they are quality, they are good, they are giving quality services. They are not happy with you, their clients are happy with them. If they leave with the clients. You don't want this happening. So, treat your employers well, and your business is going to be very successful. I hope this video has been very helpful to you. If you are already in business, you're a big company, small entity, big entity, or you're looking forward to start your own business, working with other people by collaborating with them or by having them as your employees, I hope this video has been very, very, very helpful to you. Be you, be fabulous, be bold, be whatever you want to be, as long as you are not hurting anyone. But most of all, be motivated and inspired. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you like my content. If you do not like my content, subscribe still and share this video. Thank you very much for watching.
Stay motivated and inspired.